I'm sure you've all heard about this Samsung RAM Plus feature. It's been out for a while now, and I used to use it a lot. I even decided to turn on this phone that I was, showing off last time. I did the good old thing of setting it to the max because, more RAM is good, right? No. More RAM is actually not good, especially on phones. Well, RAM Plus especially, because that means more apps can run in the background, which means that eats up more of your CPU, maybe even GPU, who knows. More of your storage, because the app is still, doing stuff, so it's using your system RAM Plus. Let me dumb it down, because I'm getting it way too complex. RAM Plus essentially just uses your system storage as extra RAM instead of your actual RAM, which is good in practice, but not really. If you have 6 gigabytes of RAM, you should probably turn it on. I'd recommend if you have 6 gigabytes of RAM, maybe even less, RAM Plus would be a lifesaver for you. But if you have 8 gigabytes, like this S10 Plus, then it's just a preference for you. For example, I can't turn it off on this phone because they didn't introduce that feature the first time they made it. There's just a 2 gigabyte, 4 gigabytes, 6 gigabytes, or 8 gigabytes. Those are the options. Pick one, deal with it. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll pick the biggest one. I'll pick 8 gigabytes because I'm smart. I wasn't. That was a bad idea. Because this just makes more apps run in the background, like I've just mentioned. It's pointless. And I can't turn it off because this phone doesn't let me update anymore. So I'm stuck with this. I'm stuck with 2 gigs. Just let me turn it off, just like on my phone, the S22 Ultra, or well, S20 series, S21 series, S22 series, S23 series, the last Note 20 series. They can all disable this RAM Plus feature, no problem, but the S10, out of luck, sadly. So I used to have this on my phone, 8 gigabytes of course, and I thought the battery wasn't getting drained more. I thought I was being smart. I thought I was being clever, doing it like this. No, I was dumb. It was a very bad idea because in reality I was just using more battery, even though I didn't think I was, because like it's using system storage. It's not using RAM. It's using the system storage as RAM. That means it's using less battery, less CPU, and less of my phone. No, it just made more apps run in the background, which meant more of my phone was being used for stuff I probably won't open until like 2 days later. So I was like, oh crap, I should probably turn it off. I actually, the only reason I realized this because I was searching like on Google, is RAM Plus really useful? Because I was curious, should I really keep it on 8 gigs on this phone? You know, will it really help this phone that much? And when I mentioned the 6 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, 12 gigabytes or more, actual RAM, if you should use it or not, that I actually found that out from the article I was reading. And no, I just say stick with your system RAM. Like this S10 Plus, yeah, I'm already doomed. I have to use it. So I technically have a combined RAM of 10 gigs. So 8 gigabytes of actual good RAM and then 2 gigs of blah blah blah. While my phone is here with 12 gigs chillin'. With none. Because it can actually update to the newest version that actually lets you turn this feature off. Unlike this phone, unfortunately. Yeah, but seriously, RAM Plus not really useful, and it uses more system storage. So not only does it use more system storage, it uses more of your CPU, more of your hardware, more of your battery. You have any idea how much battery I've got on now? Before I had like what? I could get my phone from one day like 10 hours of use, maybe even 12 hours. Wanna know what my phone is saying I can get now? At minimum, my phone has claimed I can get 15 hours, which, to be fair, I don't think I've reached 15 hours, let alone 10 before at least. But it's definitely been losing battery slower. At the end of the day, when I come home from school, my phone is still on 60-70%. probably more 60% than 70. Rarely 50%. It was a long school day, for example. You know, started school at 7:30, ended at like 14:25. Sure, phone would be at around 50%. But I also charge it only to 85%. You know, RAM, well, not RAM, but my phone's feature of not charging all the way, because that actually worsens the overall battery lifespan. So I was like, I'll just keep it on, unless, you know, it's a really long day, like school, work, blah blah blah, home. So yeah, then I will charge it to 100% because I would need that extra 15%. But yeah, the phone has definitely been losing battery a lot less than before. I start with 85%. Let's say when I get to school, I'm at 80%, and when I get home, you know, 60, sometimes 50%. Before it was more like I got to school, 77%. So that's a 3% difference, which adds up eventually. And when I got home, it was either 50%, 40%, and rare, but very rare occasions. Maybe if I used my phone at school a lot, maybe I was downloading videos or maybe even editing videos. This one, for example, or maybe even filming, goofing around with classmates. 30%. Yeah, that's all day battery life for you. Crazy. How much RAM Plus can actually affect your phone. So, should you use RAM Plus? Is now the real question here. No. I would say no. I don't think it's worth using RAM Plus unless you're really, you really need it. You know, 6 gigabytes of RAM, should definitely keep it on. If you have like an S10 Plus with 8 gigs, you have no choice. Aim for like 2 or 4 gigs. You have an S10 Plus, really doesn't matter, because you don't really have a choice on here. You don't need more than 4 extra, unless unless you have a specific reasons that you need more, but that's all up to you. If you have a newer phone with 8 gigs of RAM, that RAM is probably gonna last for a while. So you can keep the RAM Plus. You can keep RAM Plus closed for now. Maybe in the future you'll need it, but I doubt it. You probably get a new phone before then, because people nowadays get a new phone like yearly, which is nuts. While I'm over here just buying extra phones instead of just waiting until getting a better one. But hey, people are planning to throw them away anyway, because they're like, I'm selling because I don't need it. I'm selling because I wanted to throw it away, but I need a quick buck. I might as well buy it, use it for my own things, and then just keep it in storage instead of just throwing it into e-waste. Like, these phones are still very useful, even though they're old. This one is unbelievably useful. I should. Don't ask questions. It's actually a very useful phone, actually. Generally very useful. But yeah. Just don't use RAM Plus. You really don't need it. Especially if you're someone that uses the S21 Ultra. You have 16 gigabytes of RAM. What are you gonna do with 24 gigs of combined RAM? Exactly. You don't need that much. But anyways, criticism aside, I think RAM Plus has a certain use for a niche amount of people, but I generally don't really need it. It doesn't help in games whatsoever. It doesn't help in multitasking. I found it's worse for multitasking, because when I'm like watching YouTube and on Google Chrome downloading a bunch of videos or files, whatever I need for videos, maybe even scripts, sometimes the entire phone freezes. And it happens, if it happens like for long enough, then I get this little text at the bottom, One UI has stopped responding. Wait or close. If I click wait, it'll appear even after it unfreezes and it works completely fine. I click wait again, even though I'm using the phone completely normally, ask me again. So I'm just fine, I'll close. It just turns the phone off. I lose all my progress of what I was doing, and then it's like, bro, what do you mean? Like, it closes all the apps, and just, but it's like a restart without restarting the phone. It's weird. But yeah, I guess that's it. Just don't use RAM Plus. Unless you're a niche person that actually needs it, 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, who knows. But yeah, like S10e would probably benefit from having RAM Plus because that phone has 6 gigs, or you know, the lower end version of this phone that has 6 gigs as well. Apparently. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And hey, seriously, if you like these videos, please just, you should generally subscribe and like the video, because that helps me understand that you like this video and you like more of these videos. And hey, who knows? If you actually enjoy these videos, I'll make more of about Samsung, for example, and you know how batteries degrade every year, I guess. And if we get enough likes, let's say if this video gets like 5, no, my favorite number. If this video gets 7 likes, I'll daily drive this phone for a week, which is not a lot, but I'm doing this in the middle of a school semester where I have a ton of tests coming up, so let's see how I can do while trying to use a completely different phone that has none of my stuff on it except, let's see, except YouTube Studio, Samsung Notes, a couple of streaming apps, and Discord. But no photos. What other photos even? Yeah, just random memes or random pictures. Nothing much. Yeah, or S6, or somehow the S6 Edge Plus photos came on here. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Thank you for watching, and for real this time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.